Okay, so um welcome to my channel already. I have posted 4 days, I believe, or maybe 3 days of senior year so far. It's been going good. My classes are really exciting. Um I am taking a lot of, I think, um a lot of classes that fulfill my, like, I forgot what it's called, but it's fulfilling a part of my history major. And I am taking 4 classes this quarter, which I only took. I've only been taking 3 last year. My first year at UCSD, I only took 3 classes, and this time I am taking 4, which is um, it's a lot, but it doesn't feel like a lot so far. It is a lot of readings. The good thing is that I found most of the readings, but today I had planned on buying the books that I couldn't find, and I went to the bookstore and they did not have. I forgot to use the microphone. Hopefully, it was working. Boop. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. This time using the mic. So let's see where I left off. Um, yes, so far everything's good. Obviously, it's the first week, but there has been a lot of readings already that I did for Monday and for Tuesday. And for today, the class is not very the readings weren't that long. It was just um like three different like PDF files with maybe like 3 pages each. So it wasn't too bad. The ones from yesterday, they were pretty long. Um, one of them was 81 pages long, and those are those get difficult when there's a lot of information in it and you're trying to remember things, and especially the one from yesterday was Cabeza de Vaca's adventures. So it was kind of like I'm trying to remember like where he went, what he did in his travels through Florida, I believe, um, or the New World, United States. Now, back then, it was just the New World for them. Um, but yeah, it was really fun and interesting. That was an interesting read. Um, it's since taking my history class, I think it was called Imperial Spain last quarter or in the spring. Um, I I am having this really like fascination, or like not fascination, but like this intrigue for Spain, because I mostly just felt like before, like, really going into like this deep into Spain now. This is kind of like my second time reading like Spaniard writings or Spain literature, and I kind of went into it with like anger. There was like a lot of like, why did you have to go into these lands and think that Christianity was the only way, and like, why did you have to like be so hurtful towards other people that weren't following the Christians' beliefs? And um, especially learning about like how I don't know, like, you just don't learn these things, that in Spain there was a big population of Muslims and Jewish people, and they were practicing their own um, religious customs and religious celebrations. And then, throughout the years, they were like, get out of here, get out with your non Christian views. And so it's really like I started in with that, but then I think what like started this like like, whoa, like I kind of want to learn more. Like, what else were they writing? What else, like, what else did they see? What else did they do? The trip we had to the library. So UCSD has a lot of Spain documents and Spain in Spanish books, like books that were like hundreds of years old. We have them at the university, and they let us go through it and like actually like flip over the pages, and like they even let us, like I felt like they let us, because I felt like this is such a huge privilege to actually like be able to like touch the pages that were like hundreds of years old and like turn them, and like it's such like it's amazing. And the one that I really am excited for this one because there's a document that they're currently trying to translate, and they even have like a blank page where you can like add what you might think it says, like if you can like even translate the letters that they wrote, because it was like cursive but really like I don't know, it's just like calligraphy, like very beautiful, like stylish style of writing. And you can, they're trying to decipher this page first of all to turn it from like letters, legible letters, to then actually translated into English. It's just like really fascinating. It's really fascinating to see these things. And so yeah, that I think just like I'm just like, whoa, like this is crazy, like that we have these things here for us to like go through and like be able to see and read, and especially knowing Spanish and being able to like read some of the things that are just in Spanish is also very interesting. Um, and then now, and then we did read in that one Imperial class, we read Imperial Spain. We read a book about kind of like the history of Spain through the perspective of it was a professor that wrote about it, but I think it was like maybe 100 years ago. I don't know. It was a really long time ago, and so the way he writes is very like, oh, Spain is the best country sort of thing. Like, oh, Spain did the best things for everyone, and Spain, yeah. And it was another kind of like reading this text and being like angry at it, like, because it's like, no, you guys did so many bad things that weren't the greatest things. Going out and exploring the world, that was interesting, that's cool, but the things that a lot of the conquistadores did once they arrived at all these different places, and how they weren't open to other people and their customs and their beliefs, that's kind of like no, it wasn't a great thing. So now this class is I forgot the name of the class, but we are learning about Cabeza de Vaca, and he's exploring, and I think it has to do a lot with like ethics. I think it's called like ethnic studies, but U.S. history, Southwest U.S. history, Southwest. Yeah, so this is Southwest history, and now reading. Oh, and then in the summer I forgot. In the summer I took a California history class, which was also very interesting because it started off with the tribes that were originally here, the native tribes, and like throughout California from like the north all the way to the south and down to like the northern Mexico, and even like learning about these tribes and learning about like how they're still like, even like a few years ago they were trying to pass they were trying to continue to keep this Native American university open, and how they're still struggling to like continue their culture. It's just like it's really interesting to learn, and it gets you like upset and angry, and it's just like, oh, like why can't we just let people live and do their own things? And it's just it sometimes it feels very helpless. But then as a parent and as like an older student that's working with that's taking these classes with like younger youth, yeah, 20s, 18s, 19-year-olds, and it's really fascinating to see that they have they have a like a positive perspective, like not a perspective but just like a more positive outlook in the future and in life. And it's exciting that we're still learning these things, and we're still teaching these professors still teaching these things, and it's not going to go away. It's not going away. And whatever happens, whatever they try to like, we can't be teaching these things. It's good that we're still learning these things, and that there's still books out there, that there's videos, there's all sorts of things. But yeah, this was supposed to be like an intro to this YouTube video. But yeah, so I'm going to be sharing what I've been learning. I'm gonna do a video like once a week of how the week is going, what I'm learning, something interesting, facts that I'm learning, like notes that I'm taking. I'm just like, whoa, I didn't know that. Or like sometimes I'll text my husband, I'm like, whoa, did you know this? And I'm just like, pfft, like my mind is blown. Learning about how gymnasiums were naked men, and it was mostly men, and that's where the smart people would go because they would work out, and they would talk about like whatever, like the news, what was going on in their society, and like new writings that they would share. And that's like it was strong buff men that were like chit-chatting about they were having their own moment. And it was really interesting to learn that was back in, I think, the fall of last year when I learned this, which is really interesting. And yeah, there's a lot of interesting things, and I'm just like so excited to learn them. And yes, and I want to share advice, I want to share tips maybe, and I'll answer questions that anyone might have. I'll post more things throughout, and yes, this is going to be a busy last year at UCSD. It's my senior year. It's my last year. So I've always wanted to make a YouTube channel and videos, and I love creating clips and edits and stuff. Like editing and finding software for that. I don't know what to use. I've been using CapCut because I've been using my phone to record. But if anyone knows of something better, I know maybe CapCut's not the best app to use because of all the things going on through like ads and stuff. But if there's anything out there that anyone recommends for like a newbie, or not a newbie, I don't know. I used to use iMovie. I used to make videos on iMovie, so maybe I'm not a newbie. But I'm not like totally new, but I'm not totally like I know how to do this. So, any advice on video stuff? Any advice for cameras? Because I am using only my phone. That so far the first part of, I don't know how this video looks, but the first part that I recorded to check if the sound was good, I loved it. Okay, so I flipped the phone over, and I'm using the cameras that the phones. The reason why these phones are so expensive now, I'm guessing. I'm hoping that the reason why phones are expensive because of these cameras that are in here. But anyways, yes. so this is my channel. Welcome and peace.